Go.
Hello! Catherine asked me to share with you a recipe that I for no sugar chocolates, which I made her at Christmas time, and she said they were yummy. So I thought I would film it rather than write it all down. The slight problem is that I wing it with cooking and I don't really follow a recipe, so I can't quite remember what I did last time, but I'll kind of show you roughly what I did. Now the great thing about this recipe is completely zero sugar, because a lot of low sugar or no sugar recipes, all they do is replace sucrose or you know, kind of white sugar with things like honey or agave syrup, which are just as bad if you're trying to cut out sugar. So this is what I use, this is what Catherine uses. It's called xylitol and it's made from birch trees. There you go. And there's some sugar alternatives which aren't very good for you, but xylitol is okay. So it's a good sugar replacement to use. So I put it in some in, so all my recipes are going to involve some and a few, because I don't know how much, but about, I don't know, that much in a bowl. And then the next thing to make your chocolate is these things. So it's organic cacao butter, and all this stuff I got from Amazon. And it's not too expensive, especially when you think about how much you can make using it. So for that much sugar, I would chuck in about maybe a bit more than that, about that much stuff. And then I pop it in the microwave, and what I want to do is make sure that those completely melt, and then get it really, really hot, and then the xylitol kind of breaks down, because the difference between xylitol and sugar is you can add water to it and it goes into a nice syrup and you can get rid of the crunch, but you can't seem to do that with xylitol. But last time when I got these really hot, the xylitol kind of like melted too. So I'm going to put that in the microwave for quite a while actually. I would say about 3 minutes. Boop, 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 boop. We can go back and check on that in a minute. So while that's going on, I'll show you what else is going to go into the mix. So to make it chocolatey, some cocoa, and then to make it kind of gooey, and also just to kind of up the nutritional benefit of it, I kind of put lots of kind of like different types of nuts in. So this is almond butter, so you can get these in Tesco's now, but I did get all these from Amazon, but you can get them in Tesco's, and that Biona make, which is organic, you can get in Tesco's. So I've got almond butter, macadamia butter, so that's just really good for high energy. It's quite a high fat one. You don't need it, but if you're cutting out lots of carbs and stuff, you need to up your fats, and that's quite a good high fat one. So you don't need to do all these nuts, so you can decide what you like best. And hazelnut butter, which I think has got really nice taste, but it's a bit dry, so you definitely need to kind of mix that with another one. I guess you could also use peanut butter as well, if you go for one that hasn't got sugar in. And then I add a little bit of this, which is ground almond flour. I don't put too much in, but just a little bit, just to kind of give it a bit of, I don't know what the word is, like, I don't know, just makes it a bit kind of chewier.
I'm Harry Potter, so I'm Gryffindor.
That's nice of you. And then for flavours, did you know you can use essential oils to flavour chocolates? Obviously not in huge amounts, but like a few drops. But you need to make sure you get proper good ones. So this is organic, and it's as pure as you can get. Like, you have to be careful with a lot of essential oils in the market. They're basically a bit dodgy. Ouch. And they're kind of made, the processes are, they aren't made, they're basically made with chemicals to get the things out, and then they're kind of adulterated with stuff to make them smell of orange, but it's not actually real orange. So always go for a good organic trusted brand. I promise this isn't me promoting Neil's Yard. So that's orange, so you can have orange chocolate, or you can have peppermint chocolate, and again this is a reputable essential oil brand, so you just put a few drops of those in for flavour. You could also put vanilla in, or what else have I done? Oh yeah, the other thing is this. So this is dehydrated raspberries in a shot. See right? And if you roll them, or just sprinkle a bit of this on the top, or even put it into the mix, it's really, really yummy. Again, it's highly nutritious, and of course berries are really good, but just be careful, because obviously They do come with a sugar content, so if your aim is to cut out sugar, then just use it sparingly, but a little bit is good. Okay, so I put this in for extra minute, and ouch, and it gets very hot because it's been in for about 4 minutes. And you can just see after 4 minutes the xylitol's are almost completely broken down, so it does take ages to do. There's still a bit of it there. Should I do a bit longer? No, I think that'd be okay. Right, okay. So that's now as syrupy stuff. So 4 to 5 minutes that took. Okay. So the next bit's the fun bit, because you just basically just whack it back in. And there's no exact science of how much, so I quite like them quite chocolatey, so I'm going to put like 1, 2 of those in, stir it around. So basically that's cocoa powder and sweetener and cocoa butter, so that's pretty much making chocolate, I guess, isn't it? And then I'm going to get lots of these. Teaspoons. So I'm going to put a teaspoon of this in. That's hazelnut butter. And don't worry about all the fat and oil, because actually fat and oil's not too bad for you. I think like the messaging has changed now from like you shouldn't really be avoiding because I'm having good fats. It's okay to have high fat stuff. Right, this is almond. So I might put 2 almonds in. Right, and then the last one will be the macadamia. Okay, and that actually, I think that makes the chocolate nice and sort of like almost like fudgy, so it's quite a good one. Jenny, whatever you've done, can you go and apologise and say sorry? And try and sort it out. Whatever the problem is, make it better for her. Okay. So you could just have it like that. So I think it works well like that. Or you can put some of this in as well if you want it to have a bit more of a kind of bite and bulk it up a bit. Is that up to you? But it is nice just as it is. So I just put a teeny bit of this in. So this is the almond flour, just a little bit, just like that. Just kind of makes more mixture as well, so it goes further. But if you put too much almond flour in, it gets a bit sort of dry in your mouth. Yummy, 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 yummy. So that's our mix. Easy peasy. So what am I going to do first? I'm going to do some. Let's do some orange first. So I need to kind of decant it into different cups.
They look yummy.
Yeah. Are you giving your sister a bit of space, Annie? Oh, she's tired. Okay. So. Stir it around again. Now this one I'm going to make into orange, chocolate orange. So you don't need much of this because it's an essential oil, so it's just it's really, really strong essence of orange. So I put 2 drops in, and I guess the best thing to do is just taste it. Pretty orangey. Okay, and then I just pour them into these silicone molds. Again, you can get these from Amazon for about £2.
They're quickly to microwave.
Right, next one is going to be, I think we're going to do, I think we're going to do the raspberry next. So Innie, you like these ones, don't you, Innie?
Yeah.
Okay, so I would say just like a really small teaspoon of this stuff. It is amazing stuff. Like if you sprinkle that on cakes or like yogurt or anything, it's just pure yumminess. Like you can't have a spoonful, but I'll give you a little bit in here. So about, I don't know, how much? I shall give you can have the rest of that. Okay. Mix that up. Can you see that, Josh? Okay. Alright, now pour those in. Okay, and then once this, I don't think I won't film me do like the next one I'm going to do is peppermint, but it's exactly the same as the chocolate orange. So I won't film me doing that. I'm going to stop in a minute now. But the final thing is basically just whack it in the if you want to do it quickly, just whack it in the freezer and it'll be ready in about 15 minutes, or if not, in the fridge, and as soon as it cools, it goes hard. Okay, and there we go, that's how you make it. And they're really good. The end. Okay, so I've just taken them out of the freezer. They've been in about 10 minutes, so that's just literally to harden them. They don't need to stay in the freezer. So you just treat them like you would normal chocolates. And so these are the peppermint ones. Ta-da! Yummy, 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 yum. The only problem with these is I keep trying to make them for Catherine and then eating them before they get to her. And these are meant to be for you guys tomorrow. But if you don't get one, it's because I've eaten them. So there we go. Excuse my fingers, I have just washed my hands. So these are the raspberry ones. And they look really nice. And these are the orange ones. And I taste tested all the bowls and licked them clean, and so I know they're going to taste good. And so yeah, you can experiment with how much kind of nuts you want to put in versus how much just like kind of pure chocolate, depending on the texture. Catherine mentioned that one of the recipes she used whey powder as well to make it more like fudge-like or something. I've never used that, but that's another thing. But you can't really go wrong, and in terms of like proportions of stuff, you just like bung everything into a bowl and mix it up basically. So the key thing is just to get your xylitol hot enough so it melts.
Yep.
And there we go. Ta-da! And hopefully you'll get to taste these tomorrow, but if you don't, sorry. The end.
Perfect.
I forgot to mention this. I forgot to put it in these chocolates, but this is another flavouring that is really good. And again, I got it from Amazon, and it's organic vanilla powder, and it smells amazing. So you don't need very much. This is 1 teaspoon. I don't know. Anyway, you basically use a teeny tiny bit, and it's pure organic vanilla pod, and it's meant to have really good properties for. I think it's a really powerful antioxidant. And there's lots of kind of like talk about it online about kind of like the health benefits of vanilla in moderation, like all things. You can add this to smoothies and stuff, and again it's quite a good substitute for when you're not using sugar, because it kind of has that sort of slightly sweet taste.